Whoa, this is the Illusion reporting from somewhere on spaceship Earth. I have no idea where I'm going right now. Where am I going? People ask me all the time, like, how this YouTube thing got started, right? And so what it really was a response to my friend Billy Carodi dying in a motorcycle wreck. And up until that point, I hadn't owned a computer in about 6 or 7 years. I had stayed away from the whole technology thing because I was getting pickled, flipping the bird to the world, and so I was totally just off the grid. Though when I first got sober, I did open up a Facebook account because everybody where I was getting sober had one. And I was like, what's this all about? So I had a Facebook when I got the new laptop, and what it was my friend Billy died, and we all worked together as a construction crew, and Billy and I were like best buddies at the time. And so when he turned into a beam of light, and this dude was a beam of light, man, Billy, I was kind of pretty bummed out, man. And so about the third or fourth night, tossing and turning, I asked God, I was like, dude, I can't spend any more sleepless nights, dude. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? And I woke up the next morning at like 5 a.m., like, boom, like just woke up. And it was all buy a laptop. It's all that my brain was telling me. The signal was telling me, buy a laptop, buy a laptop. And I was like, all right. I had some money saved. So I called up this friend of mine and I was like, dude, I need help buying a laptop. Dude, I don't know what to buy. And so we went down and we purchased some laptop. I don't even remember. I think it was a Dell. And I brought it home that night, and I'm dialing it in, and I hadn't had a laptop with the little camera up on the top, right? I hadn't had one of those, so I was playing with it, and I made the very first Illusion video, the video number 1. You can go search it. I'll put a link to it down below. Video number 1, I made it, and when I was going to save it, it asked me if I wanted to upload it to YouTube. And up until that point, I had no idea what YouTube was. It was brand new concept to me. I had no clue what YouTube was. And I was like, well, if it's that easy, I'll do it. And so I signed up for my little YouTube account and uploaded this thing to there and to Facebook, and boom, whatever. I think a couple people saw it via Facebook the first night and all of that. So I was like, oh, it's kind of cool. So I was like living in this little teeny trailer at the time with an extension cord from my friend's house. Trailer just a little bigger than this car. Like one of those little teeny ones, little Nomad. And I was just getting sober, dude. So I was just piecing life back together. So I had my little electrical cord, had my laptop, and I would make my little videos at night. And I'd upload them. I'd get some feedback from people I know. And I intuitively knew from the beginning that I was an illusion. Like, where does the name The Illusion come from? It comes from the fact that you never actually witnessed me. And I think I talked about this in the Matrix Glitch video, but I intuitively knew that you were never actually going to be watching me. You were always going to be watching an illusion of me, a digital representation. And so I started uploading them. And then I think about, 3 weeks into it, I went and bought myself a little camera, and I started, because I would roll with the laptop and record it like on the hoods of cars and stuff. But if you check out my early videos that are me in motion, like at shows and stuff, I would go to my friend, the Karma Dealers, and record them. It's all me with like a giant laptop, filming with my laptop. And so then eventually I got a little camera and I was doing stuff and editing it. Like if you go look at my early stuff, I was all into the editing and doing the stuff. And I had done the bowl cut maintenance about 6 months into the YouTube journey, right? Maybe a little less. Did the bowl cut maintenance. And it was a sleeper, but it had gotten sent by this person in Malibu who was following me via Twitter or something. Forget, Buffy. And she sent it to her friend Brad, who was a movie producer, and he saw the bowl cut thing and called me into a meeting and said, you can let's make a show around you, dude. Let's make a show. Because he was trying to get something going with, like a platform on the internet. So it was like 7 years ago. Now it's just like, yeah, of course. But back then, this guy was trying to pull it together. And so he was like, go figure out your first 10 episodes of your show and come back to me in a couple weeks and we'll make a go of it. So I went and figured out what I wanted to do. I kind of want to have free-for-all interview shows, and I figured out my 10 locations. And I'd come back to him, and he was like, well, that's great and all, but my idea for your show is you go to that Cloverleaf swimming pool that you're skating at. We get some lifeguard towers there. You have those punk bands that Run Man and them playing. We get some go-go dancers and girls in swimsuits and a bunch of pro skaters. And you do like commentary. And see, the thing that most people don't understand is like, I have a sense of humor. So I know that like when I was doing all this stuff, I'm parodying myself. I'm making fun of myself at the same time being like super like serious about it. Like I know, dude, I got a mullet, dude. WTF that, dude. I don't know. But I'm not taking it that seriously. So anyway, I went and I pitched this dude my shows, and I left, and I was super like, man, that's selling out, man. I'm not into that. I'm not the go-go dancers. Like I was like, why are we gonna make me even more of a parody of myself? Then it loses its subtle humor, dude. Like you're not supposed to get it, but if you get it, you get it, kind of thing. But this was so over the top stupid, and I was like, dude, it just makes fun of like the things that I love. Like I love skateboarding. I don't want to ever put skateboarding in a bad light. Surfing, I don't care about. Surfing can suck a bag. 50 count. And so I left, and I was like, man, and I go, maybe it's the hair, dude. Maybe it's this bowl cut thing on my head. So I went and I did the bowl cut dismantling video where I shaved my head. And then because like I'd gotten a little traction, I was making these NoBallsNoNets videos, right? And they were kind of popular in the local high school here because they were sort of the NoBallsNoNets, dude. Check it out. I'll put the link to the fresh one down below. And so the NoBallsNoNets was the first thing to get traction. And I'd been making those with all the surfing, skating footage and editing them and doing the whole thing, the voiceovers. I go, dude, I blew it cutting my hair off. And then I do the Thrasher skateboarding magazine review, and that gets picked up by this kid, Logan Lahr, who's friends with the guys down at Girl. We go down, we do the Crail Couch interview, but the first video of mine to get any traction out there was the Thrasher skate magazine review, and that went big in the skateboarding world. And so that started the ball rolling, which started opening all the doors. The skateboarding world is what made it all happen, which is why this thing's like the way it is. And then about 2 2 years, a year and a half from when I made my first video, the people at Tosh.0 got a hold of me and they were like, dude, you want to come on the show? And I was like, sure thing, man, absolutely. And then the Tosh.0 thing happened, and that's when the bowl cut maintenance thing first went viral. And then something happened a month ago where it went viral again, dude. The algorithm, I don't know. And here we are with the mullet, which is getting its own viral reality. I'm the haircut guy, I guess. Shave my head, bowl cuts, mullets, whatever. I have a sense of humor, right? But I've also realized that deep down underneath this whole YouTube thing is there's a real, people are looking for some positivity, man. It's a dark world out there. You can go scooching around on YouTube all you want and just find the most dark, lame, everyone bitching and moaning about everything. And I've had my phases doing this thing. I've been doing it for 7+ years on this YouTube thing. I got almost 1,500 videos, dude. I've bitched and moaned with the best of them, dude. But what happens is a lot of people have realized a couple things, and they get a hold of me, and I talk to them on the phone, and we make each other's lives better. You know, they help me by asking me to interact with their lives, and vice versa. So if you had asked me when I'd first pushed that button in response to my friend's death, and a lot of people were like, what do I do? My friend died. Did you get the message? Why? Your friend was on this planet in this reality of ours for a reason. And you can mourn their loss and be like, oh, bummer, or you can celebrate their life. And every moment I'm on YouTube, every person who watches a YouTube video, it's the celebration of this friend of mine, Billy Carodi. Billy Carodi lives every time one of these videos is watched, because I made it. I made the YouTube thing because of my loss of my friend. And I'm not one to be like, oh, bummer. I'm a full celebrator of life guy. So I needed to remind myself that making this video, why I do this. Did I do this because of Billy Carodi, man? That dude taught me something about love that I didn't understand. And if his son Mason's out there watching this by any weird chance, Mason, your dad was a super special human being. And his daughter Jade, your dad was super special. And he had a powerful thing. So that's why I make these videos, and the interaction we get to have is pretty profound. Yeah, it's goofy too, but there's a real energy behind it, a real truth behind it, and I'm super grateful I've stuck it out. You know, I just make these videos just to make them. And when they, you know, it's cool that people dig them, and it's cool that people find value in them, and to me that is the reward. Like, that's all I'm in it for, is to have cool conversations, to go meet those high school kids the other day at the coffee shop, to talk to this dude I talked to today, to talk to you out there who get a hold of me, and the email thing. I just gotta say, the email thing's a little tricky for me because I'm not a typer. I do everything on an iPhone, and it's really just hard, and I have a bad signal, so just bear with me on the email thing. I do my best to be 100% contact, but I gotta say I'm probably like a 92 percentile. And I'm super stoked we're doing this. Billy Carodi, I love you, brother. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is in a nutshell. There's more detail in there. There's more stories for sure. Dude, I got some cool YouTube stories, that's for sure. I will say, those of you hesitating out there, just start making YouTube videos for no other reason than to make them, man. And if you're truthful and honest, and the universe wants it to be broadcast, it will. But if not, just make them, because, dude, if one person watches one of your videos and it makes them feel better for 1 second, you've won. You've done more than many people do on this planet, because most people are just adding negativity to the world, dude. And if we can add a little bit more positivity, if we can make this reality shine a little brighter, we've won. Anyway, this is The Illusion running long, as always.